crazy about comics, and then you slap me 5. Go. All right.
All right.
You ready? All right.
Damn.
You rolling? Ready?
3, 2, 1. You're talking to the cameras, not me. Go.
Welcome back to
What, I said we're on? Is
Three,
that,
yeah, we're
does
on.
that disturb you?
It disturbs me.
Go on, just do the
You know.
damn thing. Will you please?
Count me down, Graham. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Comic Book Geeks, folks. What? What? Right. You gotta be quiet. Okay. Okay. I'll count myself down. Okay. Just sit there and look at the mirror.
Okay.
Oh, Chris is gonna be so mad.
This is your camera.
Wait till
this is
your
Jeffrey's
daddy
camera.
tells you can
Jeffrey,
speak.
when you want to talk to the camera, talk right here.
Wait till your daddy tells you can speak. I can look at.
Yeah, I'm just saying, don't
Okay.
look at this camera. I don't even see
Don't
you on
look
this
at that.
camera,
Look at
so don't
that
look at
one.
this
Okay.
one. You can look at either one of these. Don't look
Okay.
at that. Mike, either one of these, don't look at that.
Gotcha. Hello, America. Welcome to Comic Book Geeks. I am Wonder Boy. Over here we have Captain Greedy. We are coming at you live from Wonder Boy headquarters tonight. Much swankier, as you may see, than the Greedy Cave. Tonight we are going to go talk to what?
Go talk.
I don't have a swimming pool, but
Go talk to what?
we're going to talk to some people. We're
Yeah.
going to talk to our good buddies. Who are we going to talk
Do
to?
you want? You've given me a chance to say
You want a
something.
line?
That was beautiful. Yes, we're going to talk to Superman and Lois Lane. And Superman's the band you see in front of Grauman's Chinese, and he's been on Jimmy Kimmel for quite a while, and he is a big Superman collector, and Lois is his wife, and maybe you can tell him
Well,
why
you know,
we're coming here.
Yeah, I mean, we've been friends with Superman and Bonnie for almost a decade now, and very dear friends of the show and of our stores, and it's sad to see them break up. But why don't we see if we can...
Well, that's what you were. Yeah, you just threw that in. Yes, we heard they broke up, and we whizzed down here to do an interview, first with Bonnie, and then with Superman, because we care so much, and because we thought we could exploit their misery for it. You, our comic book audience.
You see what we do for you?
Because we
Oh.
are.
Crazy about... let's do it again. Let's do it. Okay.
We
This is going to be a good one, because
We are
crazy about comics.
Ooh, scared.
There it is.
Scared my dog.
I always dreamed of saving the day, but they call me a comic book geek. I never set limits on what man can achieve, so they call me a comic book geek. I love love and beauty and what philosophers say, but I'm a comic book geek. Don't call me a loser, 'cause I'm a comic book geek. 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 I wanna live in a world of adventure. I wanna have the seas of immortality. I want to move across the limits of imagine past the limit to believe that we can be the other limits of human. That's why they call me a geek. Oh, well, a comic book geek. I love a comic book geek. Well, I'm a comic book geek. Well, I'm a comic book geek, geek, 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 geek. Well, I'm a comic book geek.
We're back on Comic Book Geeks. We got Graham the Wonder Baby with us tonight. To kind
You mean,
Armor Boy. Armor Boy is with us tonight.
And Brainiac.
And Brainiac, the
the super dog, the
dog.
blind super dog.
dog who should have been named Daredevil.
I know, I messed that up.
We
met Bonnie and Superman, Chris Dennis. Oh, we've known him for a long, long time, 10 years probably, and they were courting each other at the time, and I guess in love, but she was just infatuated with him, and it's like the movie, the movie people kind of how they can go into superlatives about each other,
Yeah.
and what great actors they are, and how momentous this movie is. Well, that
She
was
could
her.
do that with him, yeah.
She was practically swooning. So
Tears.
tears.
You know, he would be on Jimmy Kimmel, and it would sound like he was about to win the Academy Award. You never believe what's about to happen tonight, Jeffrey.
Huh.
Chris is going to be on Jimmy Kimmel.
It was almost like they were one person, because she would get it. I mean, she was just excited when he was excited.
Yeah.
He's getting some new collector's item,
They've got new
Why was
Slurpee
she-
cups at 7-Eleven.
Oh
They have
my
the Superman
God.
logo on them.
And everything. I don't think she was real excited when he's got a new girlfriend. He's bringing her in.
I think she had a Superman logo tattooed on her left butt
banging
cheek.
her in the room, the roach room next door to my own bedroom, But
And they broke the
and
sink.
he's really having a good time. But she was really happy when he would get his collection things and make appearances and everything, and he was really like a movie star. And when they met, I think it was a little first time.
Yeah, it had to have been. It had to, yes.
And then, so that's been a little bit of time has transpired since then, and now they have broken up because of his infidelity and.
Is it infidelity if she knows and has approved of it?
Well, I guess he just left her.
Yeah. High fidelity, I call
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. High fidelity. And
So you viewers are in for a special treat. We're going to take you down for a first-time world premiere interview with Bonnie, Superman's Lady Love, and Superman himself up on the streets of Hollywood Boulevard. So we're going to start over at Bonnie's house. This is pretty interesting, I would say.
I just want you to talk about the collection. I don't see what's so difficult about
I
that.
didn't say what I said.
I don't get it. Carol, no, just talk about the collection. That's it. Lead into the collection, what it used to be
We
like.
did that
I
already.
like,
How you're
I like these comments you're making too. I think you should leave that on, like we're idiots. I think that makes it a lot funnier. Oh, and I wanted to say something about his collection too.
What?
Of what? His collection of cockroaches.
I said,
Which
oh
has-
what? I didn't say of what.
Which has all over the house.
Oh what? What would you like to say about his collection?
Well, he's got some pretty interesting stuff. He's paid a lot of money for a few of those things.
Superman's apartment used to be laid out pretty much like a museum, a Superman museum, highly concentrated, lots of memorabilia and items in the house, and
He would have things on the roof.
on the ceiling, on everywhere.
It looked like a museum that wasn't set up real well. With like, I don't think he can tell what's good stuff and what's mediocre and what's really kind of bad stuff. But now, it's all kind of.
We're not supposed to talk about what it looks like now. We're gonna show the people.
You haven't been
It's
there
amazing.
Yet,
We
remember?
haven't been there. Why? But now we're going to see it as it looks now, with Bonnie living there by herself, and Chris's collection's still there.
So I hear.
What?
I don't know. I guess it is.
Okay, that's it. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Comic Book Geeks history. What's up, guys? Hey, what up? What's up, Hulk? How you doing, buddy? Hi, man. How you doing? Hey, there. How you been, man? We're about to go interview Superman and Bonnie about what's going on with them. Got any thoughts you want to add to the mix?
He's getting what he deserves.
What he deserves. What's he getting?
How you gonna treat a woman like that that's been by your side, and all of a sudden you get all
Can you take your mask off and
No,
that?
I wouldn't do it. But guess what? He's getting what he fucking deserves, period, dude.
Yeah.
It's about time, dude. He's gonna end up on this street where he belongs. His lies are coming to an end.
You think-
Sandy Dennis, him, his mom, everything he's ever said's a fucking lie, dude.
So you think he's gonna wind up homeless?
I think that he deserves to be on the street for a minute every day. My ex-wife, the only thing she couldn't stand about it, dude. She's been cheating on her like this all the time. Finally Apparently that dumbass got tired of it. It's for him.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what he's about.
Well, we're gonna talk to him. Yeah.
So, just
Here.
they didn't even bother with us because we're leaving, you know, the policies and stuff, and we're coming to check the smoke detectors. And for some reason, I didn't take it off. Don't ask me why.
No worries.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm gonna take my glasses off because I can't see.
Jeffrey, I'm so sorry.
This is not the.
You could, last time you were here, you sat on the bottom of the steps.
You okay, Jeffrey?
Because it was hot.
Yeah, there's a bottle of water up here waiting for you.
That'll be good.
Remember it was so hot up here last time that Jeffrey went and sat at the bottom of the steps?
I remember.
And kind of went,
Okay, here we go.
Okay, now seriously,
Okay.
it's not,
Have you guys been packing for moving and stuff?
yes.
Okay.
So the only thing I was gonna say is, it's kind of hard, now also have to watch, I don't think the cow will run out because it's probably hiding, so
Okay.
that's a good.
Well,
But
we'll
normally, I don't have the door open because of the fact that he's here.
Okay. Is your sink on?
I can't shut the water off.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That's got to be hell for the water bill, but.
No, it isn't, I don't pay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I guess
okay.
it's for them, but we don't,
Yeah, we'll come
they
through
pay.
here.
Oh, careful though, really careful.
Okay. I'll be careful. I'm right here.
Okay,
Should we come
So,
through too?
Yeah, come in real quick.
be careful, the cat's water is,
Okay.
you might
Jeffrey,
not
here's your water.
really need to walk that far in here.
It's friggin' amazing.
Now, I will tell you that the cockroaches generally hide from strangers, believe it or not.
Okay.
This is how long they've been here.
They are my
But
greatest fear.
when the garbage started collecting to a certain
Did you
point,
get a shot of the cockroach?
No.
when the garbage started collecting to a certain point, the cockroaches emerged, which is not a shock.
Right.
I'm just used to them. But
Have you ever had them come on your body? Or?
absolutely.
Oh my God. Woo! I'm afraid of cockroaches, but I'm gonna conquer.
I
Wonder
am
Boy's
too,
gonna
but
conquer the fear.
I am kind of also, but
You
I
can do
kind of
that.
got used to them.
You've had a lot of things come on your body, haven't you?
What is like what? Like an old geriatric man?
Amongst other things.
So now remember when we're
And
going
other
this way to
species.
catch water bowl.
Okay, we won't. Well, we're not leaving yet. He
Oh, okay.
just set up the camera,
Okay.
and we haven't shot anything in here. So I want to do about 20 minutes in here, and then we'll go to Starbucks.
That's fine. I mean,
Jeffrey,
again,
can you sit over there next to
surprised
Mike?
that you wanted
We're
to
right
do
where Mike
anything.
is. Yeah, Mike.
No, I
Move a
think.
little bit.
Come on in over here, Jeffrey.
I don't know if I can.
There's really
Here,
no.
hold this
I
just so
told
I
you
can
there's
lift my-
hardly. When
lift
I
my
said
leg.
there's not even a good place to
Oh.
sit, I didn't get into the fact that there's really no place
kiss
to
me.
stand either.
I got you.
Oh,
So you see, I wasn't exaggerating when
I got you.
not at all.
Wow. Okay, Bonnie. Well, we're here today.
I'm just putting on a
I'll put your lipstick
Looks
on.
like one of those.
it's lip therapy.
Hoarders shows.
What is that wars they have? Where
Hoard
you-
wars?
What is it?
Hoarders?
No,
Hoarders?
oh shit! You want to get high?
That's a cigarette.
I don't think so. Are you ready, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, we're rolling.
We're we're here in the fortress of destitute.
This place, believe it or not, has Superman stuff everywhere. Some of it you won't see because it's piled on other stuff. There's a cat that lives here and a bunch of roaches, and they seem to shit all over. So it doesn't smell well, but this is not smell-o-vision, so you won't notice that. But some of these props are really pretty expensive. But the place looks like where a homeless person might reside. You know, because nobody else was there.
I've had some homeless people in here who were asking me if they could live here, and as soon
Oh,
as they
really?
saw the place, they left.
Oh my! Are you
Oh.
serious?
Yes.
Wow. Were you considering letting them stay here?
No, I just knew as soon as they saw the place, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
to hear it anymore.
Yeah, wow. So we are here with Bonnie Dennis. Are you
That's
gonna
me.
be continue to be Bonnie Dennis?
You
or
know,
you don't, what
I'm thinking
happens?
about if I want to keep the married name, but
What's
I
your
can't
other
by
name?
law. Finkenthal.
Finkenthal.
So that's why
What?
I might
You might want to
What
keep
was that
Bonnie.
name?
that's why
What was
my-
that name again?
Finkenthal.
Finkenthal.
And you see that reaction? I'm
What
getting
kind of
it on
name
my,
is that?
Well, the one
That's
good thing that Chris did for
amazing.
me and giving me a much simpler and easier last
Yeah,
name.
Dennis is.
Is
Bonnie
that
Dennis.
is that a Jewish name?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes.
It's one of the funnier ones.
Yes. There's very few of us around.
The Finkenthals.
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
I'm related to almost all of them that there are. So.
Yeah.
You and Chris got married and in Metropolis?
Yes.
How
You guys
long
got-
ago?
We
How long ago?
2006. So
Can
we
I
married
say
for
when?
5 years.
June 6, 2006. Or no,
June.
June 11th. Because that's also my wedding anniversary.
I know.
We got married the same day. They were in Metropolis and we were in El Segundo.
That's right.
Oh.
But I am sad that, it seems to be coming to an end soon.
It seems so. Yes.
And we're going to talk about that, and we're going to, sort of get your side of the story and Chris's side of the story, and maybe I don't know her
Good
name.
luck.
Maybe the new person's side of the story.
Oh,
and
yes.
see.
Good luck with that.
But anything you want to say before we get started?
Welcome to what used to be my home. I don't know what else to say.
So now you're moving out when?
December 1st.
And you have another place?
No.
What's going to happen to all the memorabilia?
Storage unit. I got a great storage unit, really big with like 2 entrances.
Now, when you say you got a great storage unit, are you paying for the storage unit? Why are you paying for the storage unit?
Because Chris can't.
Well,
Okay.
That's his problem then. You get all the stuff.
Well, no, it's both of our stuff is going to be in there. We have to finish dividing up the collection,
Right.
and we can't finish it here because we have to move the stuff out because I can't pay the rent here anymore.
Have you started dividing it?
Yes,
Who gets a pinball machine?
probably Chris.
Oh.
What, you get just the junkiest of the junk, you think?
That's been mostly how it's been going, but by California law, I'm supposed to get 50%. So to help
Yes.
even it out, I'm likely getting Junior, as I call him.
This big Superman statue?
Yes.
Okay.
The only reason Chris will probably concede and let me have it is the fact that he's been taking way too many of the primo items for himself
Mm-hmm.
and not really adhering to
sit
the
down?
50%
Where?
Well,
split.
Didn't he break up with you?
Yes.
And how did that
He
go?
broke up with me, and I've ended up making most of the sacrifice. There's a long list of things I can
Yeah,
tell
but that's
you.
your fault.
What do you mean?
Chris is I like Chris. He's a lovable
Is it my
guy.
fault that I'm
But
making
Chris,
most
Chris
of the
is
sacrifice?
a snook,
you have to put your foot in the ground and
If
say
he
no
can-
more.
if he
There's
can put
nothing
something
I
over
can
on
do.
you.
How I've been making
What do you mean?
well, for one thing, I'm losing my home because he left me in a place where I can't pay the rent anymore. The sacrificing I'm making, it's not so much of a choice, it's been forced on me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it is.
Yeah, but you can draw a line somewhere which
no,
you're not,
I really
you're
can't.
not drawing.
I haven't been able to pay rent for 3 months.
I had heard something about your mom financed a lot of his collection.
Sure did.
Yeah?
My mom and I paid for, we figured out at least 2/3.
How did your mom get involved in paying for his collection?
At the beginning, she was just helping me financially. And when I started to talk to her about this stuff, she thought it was a good investment in our future.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
That
in a
was
sense,
10 years
It
ago.
would have been, yeah.
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 But then Chris would never want to sell anything. So.
Yeah.
That's
We
the other
didn't
thing, is you
know
gotta
that
turn
at the
things
time.
over.
We had just started.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And actually, he was talking about 20, maybe even 30 years down the line, we might sell stuff. So it was that kind of investment.
Or
in the
open a
future.
Superman museum. I remember he
That
wanted to
was
do
another
a Superman
possibility,
museum.
Superman museum, restaurant,
Yeah.
something to that effect. So there were different ways that the collection might have held us to make money, you know.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he has been with other women before this, or is this the first?
He was with other women the day I got to California. There was a knock at the door the next morning, and there was a 21-year-old girl with her father,
Mm-hmm.
who he had never met before. He'd been banging her for the last 7 weeks.
Okay.
So I kind of...
So it's been happening all along.
Oh, yes.
And it,
Well,
I'm sure it bothered you, but it was. Did you guys have like an open relationship?
Yes. Well, what happened was at the beginning that did bother me.
Yeah.
So
To make sure there's no
at
cockroach.
the beginning, and for the first few years, I really wanted an exclusive relationship. But I saw there were a couple of problems with Chris. I honestly didn't think that was going to be possible anyway. All that was
Yeah.
going to happen was he was going to go behind my back.
Mm-hmm. So you told him it was okay then?
At some point, the other problem is because of my physical problems, I quite literally couldn't keep up with him physically.
Okay. Plus, there's not a lot of space here to do anything.
Yeah, but this is over 10 years. We used to
Okay.
have space to do stuff.
Okay.
But you're right. Now we have to go somewhere
I mean,
else.
you have
do
to get
something.
into some kinky positions if you're going to do anything in this house.
I hadn't thought of that, but you're right.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
yeah. Anyway, so
your
at
sexual
some point we
relations
had
are
an open
kinda-
relationship, but not that he should get a girlfriend and leave me like this.
Right.
Wow.
Just it was just supposed to be if he wanted to sleep occasionally with another woman, that was okay.
And that
with
was
me.
okay.
That was
that's,
okay.
That's
with
an
me.
awesome arrangement for him. There's no woman that's going to put up with this shit.
Including the one he's with now. That's
Right.
correct. She hates clutter.
I mean, my wife tells me that I'm a bit of a collector. I am a bit of a collector and a bit of a clutterer. I would love to bring her here just so she could see. Of course, she would probably see this as me 5 years in the future.
What real clutter is, yes.
Yeah. But anyway...
Chris didn't consider when he moved on to someone else, he didn't consider what you should normally consider, which are things personal about that person.
Mm-hmm.
She just
Have you met her?
Sort of.
Yeah.
What do you think of her?
Not much.
Yeah.
Could you elucidate?
Or elaborate?
Well, she spent a year trying to convince a
congregate?
married man to leave his wife and move in with her.
Uh-huh.
So it was her idea?
Yes. He'll say it wasn't, but the reason I know it was her idea is because they had most of the conversations about it right at the bottom of the steps leading up to my apartment.
So you could hear it.
Well, yes, and he kept telling me I was eavesdropping. You know what? I could be all the way on the other side of the house and I could still hear them, so that's not true.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't my right to hear what they were saying anyway, if they were going to be stupid enough to have all the conversations downstairs.
So would Chris bring women back here to have sex
Yes.
with while you were here?
Sometimes I would leave the apartment, and other times, like if I were in this area of the house, he would take them into the hallway because the hallway has a door.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I was going to be down the hallway, either in the bedroom or the bathroom for a while, he'd close the hallway door and have them out here. It was more unusual for me to be in the house. Most of the time I left.
Yeah.
Once in a while his phone would be out and I'd get a text from the girl and I could come, they were finished and I could come back.
They would text you?
Yes, the women would text me. We're finished. Chris and I are done.
Was he paying these women, or...?
There was one woman that he wasn't paying.
Oh, shit, son of a bitch.
Roach?
Yes.
I thought you were reacting to the fact that he paid somebody.
Oh my god, they're all... Alright, let's go to Starbucks.
Oh,
You are so funny.
No, we're not filming in Starbucks.
No, look! Look, guys!
I don't care.
Oh my freaking God.
It's just one little car.
No, there's three.
No, he's got his brother, his uncle.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
His friends. All
Oh my
right.
god.
Oh.
Starbucks.
We're not filming at
Alright,
Starbucks,
well, let me
dude.
go over here then.
Do they have something downstairs where you can just sit
Let
out
me
by
just
the,
go over
by the pool?
Like, you are so funny. Yeah.
I told you I was afraid of cockroaches.
No, I know. But when you reacted that way, I thought it was to when I said that.
It's Jeffrey's Comics, the coolest and longest running comic store in the South Bay. We have the best selection of graphic novels in all of Southern California. We've got action figures priced as low as $2.95. We have an amazing selection of old and rare comics for the collector, and comics as low as 20 cents each. Buying Jeffrey's comic books will make you stronger than Superman, brainier than Batman, and greener than Green Lantern. And remember, Jeffrey's Comics is happy to buy your old comics as well.
I hate cockroaches. God, I hate cockroaches. They're the most disgusting, vile creatures on the face of the earth, and that place was infested with them.
I was in awe. You know, I think they've taken over the house. First I didn't see them, but then they were just everywhere. And you saw that, you remember that movie where the cockroaches take over? It was
Oh, Joe's apartment?
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
And it was like that. They were, woo.
I feel like these cockroaches like open the refrigerator door, look in, drink the orange juice, and scratch their balls while they do it.
Wow.
It's that
Yeah,
casual.
no, I know
It's
what
that
you're saying.
casual.
I know
If
what
you
you're
turn the
saying.
light on, they'd be like, "What? What do you want?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like vampires can't take the light.
Yeah.
These things can do everything. You know,
They don't care.
They're super cockroaches. But anyway, you'll see a lot of this stuff, and it's very exciting to watch.
Not safe for work.
You were gonna love it.
How long have the cockroaches been living with you?
Oh, over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah. So I'm not happy about them, but I'm used to them.
Right. It's become a fact of life.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you guys ever roach bombed it, or?
Yes, we bombed several times in there.
Still?
There were too many places for them to hide.
Yeah. And plus, I feel like that maybe there's some food and items that are out that haven't been disposed of.
Yes, that's
And that's Chris's fault, I would imagine. The last time I was here, you guys were still together, and wow, everybody's really interested in this story. Airplanes, helicopters. The last time I was here, Graham and I came. Remember, Graham and I came up to the house,
I do.
and Superman couldn't get to the kitchen because the kitchen was being used as storage. And I'd asked Superman, how does he cook dinner? And he said he goes to the neighbor's house. Remember?
Yes, at that time, though, you could still get to the refrigerator and microwave, so we did use the microwave. But
Okay.
if we needed an oven, is
Yeah.
what you're talking about. He did use the neighbor's oven, that's true.
Wow. So how did you find out that he was moving out? And I mean, did he tell you, Bonnie, we're getting a divorce? Or how did that, what was that conversation?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but just how that went, him leaving was, he said, I'm going to go spend the night at Karina's, and never came back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that her name, Karina?
Yes. She's originally from Argentina,
Mm-hmm.
and then she lived in Mexico, and then she came here.
Is she legal?
Nope.
No.
That's another funny thing. They mistakenly thought that I called immigration on her. It is
Mhm.
the funniest thing because it was a good thought, but I never did it, and I wouldn't. That's not my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what are your feelings towards her right now?
I'm angry
Mm-hmm.
because I heard her plot for a year to take my husband, and then he went along with it.
Mhm.
So I'm not too happy about that. But I also feel damn sorry for him. Am I allowed to say that? I feel
Sure.
damn sorry for her.
For her? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any words of advice for the new girlfriend? Any as far as dealing with him? What if you could tell her one thing? What would you tell her?
I think that you better get used to the idea that he's not going to go the rest of his life not ever working with another young beautiful woman and not ever sleeping with another young beautiful woman again. And if she wants to be with him long term, she would have to accept that. Absolutely. Besides the fact that he's an incurable collector.
Incurable collector.
Collector, yes.
Yeah. You're
Now
like
he has to make his own phone calls now. Bonnie always made his phone calls.
I did. I was
not
just-
true. Last night you called me and he was there. You were buying cigarettes for him.
Yeah. Crazy.
What are you doing?
It's insane, isn't it?
Why did you do that?
I don't know how I got roped into that. That's another whole thing. Well, he normally smokes a pack of cigarettes a day.
Okay.
And when I was with him, if he didn't have the money, I got him the cigarettes. And
Mhm.
that's how it was for 10 years. Well, apparently it's not like that anymore over at her place. She smokes also, but she's trying to cut down. She can go actually days now without a cigarette, which
Mhm.
I guess is good for her, but it isn't good for him. Because if he needs a cigarette and he doesn't have the money, even if she has the money, she won't give it to him. He has to go bum a cigarette off to somebody. Well, we were going to Home Depot to buy supplies. He said to me, oh, by the way, I'm out of cigarettes. And I'm like, yeah, so what do you mean, by the way, you're out of cigarettes? It was amazing to me that after everything that's gone on, that he was still expecting me to buy him a pack, but I did it.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
Like your money ran out, but your money ran out buying Superman shit, right?
I buy, except for day-to-day survival items,
Food.
I buy, things like that, toothpaste, I buy nothing for myself.
How much money do you make? Or do you receive?
Right now it's 700, and with Chris leaving me, it will go back up to 850.
Is there any way you can get alimony?
My lawyer said, because Chris, has a lot more income than I do.
Right. All of it off the books. 'Cause it's all
Most of it
cash.
off the books. All the Jimmy Kimmel stuff when it's in the studio, that goes through Social Security and stuff. But,
Okay.
but yes, by and large, most of what he does is cash under the table, so to speak. My lawyer said, yes, we can go after him for that, but it could cost thousands of dollars in legal fees to do that.
Really?
Yes. And I don't think, my mom is paying for my lawyer. I couldn't pay for the lawyer. And my mom isn't too up for that.
No.
Also, there's no guarantee. Yeah, I have a pretty good idea what would happen, even if I won that argument.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'd pay anyway.
How much
We
is the
thought
storage
about
unit?
$180 a month.
And you're going to be paying the whole thing?
Well, actually, my mom's helping with that.
Mm-hmm. Why?
She loves her daughter. But you can live in storage units. you a little space.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, you're
you-
living in one right now?
You sign something that says you won't do it, so I would be eligible for arrest if I lived in the state.
Yeah, but then they just warn you.
Yeah.
You know, let me
Because
say,
this
let
is
me
not a
say
match-
one thing.
this
Now,
is not a match
Every time I
made-
talk, you interrupt me. Now, here's what's true, and you won't like it, but you didn't set any limits. You got to set some limits. My
I
wife
did.
won't let me
I did
get
set
away with
limits.
anything. His wife won't let, and we're very devoted to our spouses. You let him get away with everything, and
I did
now
set
you don't
limits.
even want revenge.
What limits
Now
did
I'm
you
talking.
set?
I'm gonna keep talking. Oh, go on. Go on.
What limits did you set?
That if you want an open relationship, that it'd just be just having sex occasionally with somebody, and that's it. And I really preferred that it wouldn't be ongoing with anybody in particular.
It's very
'Cause that
reasonable.
might be a relationship.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the only relationship, and I think that was more than fair.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, it's not a question of trying to be fair. It's just a question of trying to exert what you want out of this thing. He's getting everything he wants. I mean,
Well, that's
I'm
what-
kinda
that's
on
what's
your side,
happening
except
now.
I feel like
Yes.
it's all your fault. So then I'm kind of mad at you for letting all this stuff go.
But only because we care about you.
Right.
I'm not mad at you.
And I like Chris, but I just don't like what he's doing.
We know Chris.
Nobody likes what he's doing,
Right. We
except
know-
for Chris and Karina. They're the only two people who think how wonderful this is, what they do.
The problem with your relationship is that he's a very selfish person. And
Thank
you're,
you.
And you're a very selfless person.
You got it.
Okay? And
We had
you
a
would
give and
think
take
that would work
relationship.
out. You would think that would work out.
We had a give and take relationship. I gave and he took.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Would you take him back right now if he came?
Here,
I didn't
here's
think
the real
that-
answer.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna be
think
your
that I
mouthpiece.
would, but
Uh-huh.
I sort of almost did take him back in October. So
Yeah.
I suppose it's possible.
What happened in October?
In October, it was about 3 months after he had moved in with her. He called me up at like 10 o'clock at night and said it was all over between them. She'd broken up with him, and it was a fight over all the stuff he was trying to cram into their apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
I said I didn't know if the relationship could be what it was before, after all it had gone on in the 3 months, but I thought it made sense at the time. We both weren't going to have a place to live, and that he could move back, and then we'd make up the rest as we went along. That's, I think, what I said. So he started moving his stuff back, and then he went back to get another load of stuff, and I noticed he wasn't coming back. And that's because she came back, all apologetic. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any of that, the whole thing. So yeah, he kind of called me up and said, oh, you know what, never mind. And then he came back and got his stuff and left. He left me an apartment I can't pay for by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and that I can't even physically function in without somebody else to help. And he knew all that when he left, and he didn't care. Not in the texts or the phone conversations or the live conversations here where you guys are sitting. Did he once ever say, yeah, but what would happen to Bonnie if I just left?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the last things I heard down here was, and maybe I'm being a little disrespectful because it's not her fault, she's a foreigner, but she said this 3 times. I'm trying to solve your problem. I'm trying to solve your problem. I'm trying to solve your problem. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
The problem, of course, was me.
Right.
Getting him away from me and out of the apartment.
Right.
The only interest in me, still, and why, like yesterday on the phone, you heard that we were together, we were getting packing supplies because we have to get that stuff out of there, and it's harder to do without the boxes. The only involvement with me now, except for that night when he thought that she threw him out permanently,
Mm-hmm.
the only interest in me has to do with the collection. Nothing else. There's no personal
Right.
interest, which makes me wonder if there really ever was any personal interest.
Do you think that he's a prize, Chris?
No,
No.
not anymore.
Okay.
I did when I met him.
Yeah, I remember. We were there those days. And
Yeah.
Well, we weren't there when we met her.
Well, not when you met him, but
No,
shortly
when the
after,
relationship
2003.
when the
Describe it.
relationship was very new, you guys knew us already. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a whole different scene.
Why do you think all these women throw themselves at him?
He's gorgeous.
He's gorgeous.
Is he super in bed? Would you say? Seriously. because he was pretty selfish normally. So
You know, I don't
Can't be
know.
Do you think he's better looking than Wonder Boy?
of course he is.
Look, we got her to blush.
All right, you want me to
My
answer your
question,
question? I
Yes.
will answer your question. He really was not a considerate lover, but he still had the capacity to give me multiple orgasms. So I still say he was super in bed. But not a considerate lover, just keep that in mind.
What does that mean?
Means he didn't
He
use that capacity all the time.
How big is his schlong?
Super.
That big?
No,
No.
but still super. In my book.
7?
Mike told me once his was 9 inches, and then his wife got.
Eight.
She said, "No, it isn't." She said it's about 6. And
Bust you in the
that's a
face
big
with-
difference, you know. So
Well, that's a third down.
that's what I was saying.
I think it's about 8.
Mine's almost 5, so I thought he's always talking about my penis being
5 is substandard.
But it's 5 is an average.
It's
6 is a
substandard.
little bit above, but it's nothing to brag about, really.
You've got a
Sorry.
glorified labia.
Isn't it more about magic and the wand and the size of
The motion of the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. How's it going?
Alright, man. What we got here today?
Doing a little documentary action.
What's up?
Listen, we can't sit here for hours now. Could you just keep
Oh,
moving?
excuse the heck out of me. I do live here.
I know,
What's
but
up? We're doing an interview about Superman.
don't worry about
Nice to meet you,
thank
sir.
you.
We won't.
I
We
never
gotta-
get to see him as himself.
We're
Anyway,
going to
so
end this pretty soon because
Yeah, we gotta go
I'm
talk
really,
to Chris.
I've never been so depressed in my life.
I'll be honest with you. You
I-
got almost
before I
none of my
slashed my
story, but
wrist.
that's okay.
Go.
You know,
what's-
honestly.
What's up?
Well, what I was saying is he objected to my possibly moving. He said if I move, then he should be compensated with more of the collection. I said, yeah, but you.
Of course.
Did I say something funny?
Yeah. Well, he did, but you repeated it.
It's not logical is what's
Yeah.
funny about it.
Oh, okay.
But
But
the
I
bunch
said,
of
but
us
you
has
put me
worked
in
on
this
you, so-
situation. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's him. And I also mentioned if
Aren't
I
you a
stay.
psychologist, or didn't you take psychology?
I'm a thesis defense away from my PhD in psychology, yes. What I said to him is, if I said something about one of the possibilities I'm looking at here is I might freeze to death in the street if I don't find a home.
Mm-hmm.
And all he said back was, if you die, I get the whole Superman collection. That's all he said.
Mm-hmm. Do you love him?
About 1% of the time, he is the sweetest, most charming, most beautiful man I have ever met. And when I see him being that way, all I think now is, why couldn't this be what he was most of the time, and the nightmare only the 1% of the time, but it's the other way around. So I think what I fell in love with partially was a resemblance to Christopher Reeve, who I am in love with, but also was that guy that I saw that he has the capacity to be, but he's never going to be.
Enough is enough, you know. She doesn't clean, she doesn't cook, she doesn't shop. You know, I'm out there working. When I'm done working, I gotta go shopping, I gotta cook the food. What kind of life is that?
Yeah.
You know, and then to have her screaming at me about stuff constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is we're starting right now too. She's got micronesia or something like that.
Fibromyalgia.
Oh, okay. Damn. Anyway, so it's hard for her to do things. This is getting a
That was
spontaneous
Karina.
one.
Was it?
Karina likes to cut me up.
Nuh-uh. Lies.
You wanna see what he did to me?
Let me see what he did to you.
Yes.
Oh, I wish I could be well, just a little bit.
Is that is that some sort of weird sex thing you guys do, or is that a fighting?
Yeah, it's kinky.
Just, yeah, experiencing new things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Right in the,
Could be going
just
places
before
that
I
Comic
get
Book
off,
Geeks have never
just
been.
before I get off, she throws the cat at me.
We get a shot of the. I thought you were getting into that weird shit, like when people try to slash their wrists or something now, or.
Yeah. Talk about that.
No, I know there's that Superman curse. Did you?
See who I'm living with.
Yeah. Now you sound like you're from New York.
No.
No,
But thank you for the compliment.
no, where you from?
No, I'm from Argentina. I speak
Argentina.
Spanish.
And when did you
From
come
where?
here?
Argentina.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful country.
So
Isn't
yeah.
Argentina the country where they have all your medical paid for?
It's Jeffrey's Comics, the coolest and longest running comic store in the South Bay. We have the best selection of graphic novels in all of Southern California. We've got action figures priced as low as $2.95. We have an amazing selection of old and rare comics for the collector, and comics as low as 20 cents each. Buying Jeffrey's comic books will make you stronger than Superman, brainier than Batman, and greener than Green Lantern. And remember, Jeffrey's Comics is happy to buy your old comics as well.
Welcome back, folks. So now we're going to mix things up a bit and see what's going on at Casa de Superman y Batgirl.
And we're going to meet his new paramour, who we've never met before. The other two we've known for quite a while. And I don't. Her name is Serena or Selena.
Karina, I think.
Serena. Okay.
Karina, I think I
and
said
she's
Karina.
From some foreign place.
Somewhere, not from around here.
I'm ready.
I'm Wonder Boy. This is Captain Greedy. We are
Crazy about comics.
And we are here with Batwoman, Batgirl, Batgirl Karina, and Superman Chris Dennis, the one and only, here on Comic Book Geeks. We're back on part 2 of our special Comic Book Geeks episode of The Adventures of Superman and all that good stuff. So, Karina, you're the new person. You just moved to America?
No, I've been here for, well, yeah, kind of, like, I've been here for a year and a half.
And what brought you here?
I love LA, I love Hollywood, so that's the only reason I'm here.
To acting or
No,
you don't want to be an actress?
No, actually I'm a journalist.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, no, I'm not an actress, but no, I just love LA and I love Hollywood.
Okay. Cool. What do you love about Hollywood?
Every day you have things to do here. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. Everything is going on here, and I love the whole city. I mean, like, you have everything you want here.
And when did you meet Superman?
I met him like a month after I came to LA.
Mm-hmm.
I started working on the Boulevard like a month after I came to LA.
As a superhero?
Yeah, Supergirl.
How much longer? Like, looking 10 years down the road. We're looking to the future, the crystal ball. Do you guys see yourselves being superheroes on the Boulevard 10 years from now?
I might, unless I get a big part in a big movie.
That's a hard
You're
question.
a journalist, so...
Yeah.
Well, put it this way. I can guarantee you this. If we get our breaks that we're looking for, if she breaks into journalism, she's going to stick with journalism and probably forget about that.
Right.
Well, the good thing about the Boulevard is that you can go anytime you want. You can be working 5-6 days a week in a regular job, and then one day you're like, hey, I feel like going.
Is it usually a good moneymaker to be there?
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
Some days are good, some days are very good, some days not so.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. And so you see yourself being out there 10 years from now?
Only if I haven't got my big break.
Yeah. And that is in acting, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that people...
But I would still keep the suit, and I would still do
Oh, yeah. Well, it's part of the collection.
Exactly.
Do you think that people consider you more of Superman than a normal actor?
I have gotten typecasted.
Yeah.
You know,
so the curse of Superman.
And part of it is Jimmy Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because...
But that's been good for you, too,
But every time I'm on there, he always has me as Superman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though I have registered with them, you know, give them headshots and stuff like that, they still only use me as a Superman.
Well, that's the element of you, I guess, that they like.
So they're hiring me basically for this and this.
Mm-hmm.
You are a stud.
We could have had...
You know you're a stud.
Well, I was amazed.
This
kid, you got yourself a real you're like a Hollywood icon.
Like Super. Yeah.
Like John Holmes.
John Holmes. Okay.
Did you know?
And I don't know John Holmes.
Oh, you look it up on Google,
Okay.
Wikipedia.
He's a porn star.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was. I mean, because I hope you don't mind us being honest. We're speaking honestly, but you had an open relationship when you were with Bonnie.
Yes.
Where
Well, she knows.
You knew that, and you could bring people home or whatever, and there were people that took you up on that.
Exactly.
It's hard, you know, after 10 years, after 20 years.
And you've been married a long time.
I've been married to my third wife for 20 years.
Yeah.
And she's very tired of me. I hardly see her, so I'm not tired of her. But
yeah.
I mean, she works long hours and shit. But my first wife, we did have one of those sharing things. It was my idea. I just don't think it was in her personality. She did it because I kind of talked her into it. But I don't think she liked it that much, and I wasn't happy with, you know, I mean, she left me because I was a drug addict, but she later on killed herself, so.
Wow.
I just felt like I should have taken care of her better, and so I did. I had that lifestyle.
It's a different lifestyle, and it's a different relationship. Have you ever been in an open relationship?
No.
No, and you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. Well,
I
there's
mean,
no commitment. If it's like,
That's
yeah, you
what
can
my
go
response
out
was.
there, be with whoever you want,
Right.
then there's no commitment, and if there's no commitment, then why are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
It's like, let's be friends with benefits, and it's easier, or let's be roommates, and...
Right. Yeah, it was almost like I mean, just in talking to her, and it's sad to me because I know Bonnie, and I think you're probably a good person, and I'm not judging you, and I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I knew you guys,
Right.
and I do think you guys had more of a almost like a mother-son relationship than a husband-wife, and I think you're almost like you're a teenager now and you're moving out.
That's how she made it look to everybody, you know, because basically is all she did was stayed at home and took care of things. But see, I was out working, doing this, doing that.
She did make the phone calls for you. Whenever
She
they
did.
say what Chris was calling,
She did.
It would always be Bonnie.
Exactly.
And I used to laugh about
That's what I was going to say.
She was like a secretary and a
Exactly.
mother. I mean, really. I mean.
Well, the thing is what are you going to do if you're just at home? Sure. Okay, you're going to take care of all this stuff on the internet, you know, because she's got all the time to do all that.
Right.
She's not doing anything else.
Right.
So basically what she did was she would take my calls, you know.
Was she like that when you met her, or has she always been like that, or is that something that she became after?
She became that after we got married. Prior to the marriage, she was going shopping with me, and we were going out and doing a lot more together.
And then she became a homebody, I guess.
You know,
I think
because since I moved out of there, she hasn't done anything to take care of the cat. Okay. The cat is basically pissing and crapping everywhere, and smell gets.
She said that it couldn't get to its cat box.
That's a lie.
Okay.
Cat box is, well, basically all the cat has to do is go over where the TV is. Okay, and then turn the corner right there, and the cat box is right there.
Yeah.
Okay, Bonnie can't get to the cat box right now.
Oh, to clean it.
Because the TV's there. But prior to that, you know, because we're in the midst of moving stuff out, she wasn't cleaning the litter box. So the litter box overflowed with cat crap. So then the cat started crapping on top of the litter box. Because it's one of those ones that has a lid with the hole on the top for him to hop into. So he started going on top of that because she didn't clean it inside. Then he started crapping on the linoleum, and she'd put like napkins over that, and then, you know, he designated that as a spot.
Yeah.
And
Cat's moving here, right?
yeah.
Yeah. The roaches was that's another concern.
Hey, Joe's apartment was the first one.
Yeah.
Part 2 is Bonnie's apartment.
Well, yeah, except she's probably not going to be there much longer.
It would just be hard to film it. Would be a problem.
Why? The roaches are not afraid of light.
They weren't afraid of me. They were on my hand.
Barely walk in there.
The roaches?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever seen roaches like in person?
Yeah, I did.
Well, guess what? Usually roaches run.
But after a while they get used to you, I think.
But the thing is when I was there, I was getting rid of them.
Yeah.
I was on the verge of getting them all out. Okay, because what the apartments did was they went and they bombed each unit and fumigated. But they didn't fumigate ours right away because we have all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, one thing roaches are attracted to is
stuff. So what they did
stuff.
was they ran from the other units to our unit.
They never fumigated your unit?
No. Well, they couldn't. Not with all that stuff in there.
Why not? I mean, it's just...
Well, the thing is there's too many places for them to run and hide.
Oh.
So, of course, when they fumigated the other apartments, they all kind of made their way forward. Instead of them fumigating from the front, working their way back, they did it the other way.
Because
Chris was saying what he didn't like about living with Bonnie and everything, but we never asked Bonnie what she didn't like with Chris. She didn't like the fact that you left her, and that seemed to be the main thing. But I wonder what complaint she had.
Yeah, we didn't ask.
She didn't even seem to complain about the fact you couldn't even get into where she lives.
How often do you go? Yeah, do you still go over there at all?
I'm supposed to be going over there every other day.
To help pack.
Actually, we could have had all that stuff out of there already. Now, Bonnie doesn't have a place to go yet because she hasn't really been looking. She is being so lazy. All those phone calls and stuff she was doing for me, she's not even doing for herself right now. She's just calling up friends and moping and groaning and complaining to them about, her situation. And I kept telling her, your situation is only going to get worse. We even found a website for her to go to and, start looking up for a roommate type situation.
Have you met her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How did that go? Like when you met her, were you?
No,
was
I
it
met
friendly?
her.
Or?
Yeah, because I met her like the day after I met him.
Oh,
I met him, and then the next day he took me to his house because he wanted to show me the collection and stuff. There was nothing going on between us.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to get her naked.
Which
you took like a couple of weeks.
It took how long to get into the
back
Batcave?
It took like a couple of weeks.
To get into the Batcave.
I have to say he was a gentleman.
He was.
I have to say it.
A couple weeks, huh?
Yeah.
How long does it usually take?
Today, couple hours.
Oh, okay.
Really?
We'll see.
It's just like that.
It's Jeffrey's Comics, the coolest and longest running comic store in the South Bay. We have the best selection of graphic novels in all of Southern California. We've got action figures priced as low as $2.95. We have an amazing selection of old and rare comics for the collector, and comics as low as 20 cents each. Buying Jeffrey's comic books will make you stronger than Superman, brainier than Batman, and greener than Green Lantern. And remember, Jeffrey's Comics is happy to buy your old comics as well.
I'm sure we are now.
Okay, you ready?
I thought we were done. Okay,
you ready? Welcome back, and so goes the continuing adventures of Superman and Batgirl.
Very well put.
You think maybe you have too much stuff? Superman stuff? No, okay. You're gonna get more?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
Like a year and a half, but living together 4 months.
4 months. And you left Bonnie 4 months ago then?
Yep.
Looking back.
So looking at this, she's actually had plenty of opportunity. 4 months is enough time to find a roommate or somewhere to move.
Yeah.
But, for 3 months, she
you
basically
have to be active.
Well, for 3 months, she's been looking in other states. And I'm like, why are you looking in other states? When we have to live here, at least till stuff is divided.
Right. It's almost like you guys are fighting over custody of a son, the Superman collection. It's
kind of.
Don't you think?
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Kind of. Jeffrey would probably agree with me on this, especially with the collection, because you're a collector as well. If your wife was getting a decent portion of your collection, that would hurt you, wouldn't it? Because it's your collection. You want it. You collected it.
And each one has some specific meaning, or you wouldn't put it on the wall.
Karina can tell you, because I don't know how many weeks was I sitting there going, well, fuck, I want both.
You want both what?
Pinball machine and giant statue.
Oh, those are the big items of contention? Yeah.
How many weeks did I go back and forth with that? And I was like, fuck it, I'll take the statue.
Sounds like she wants the statue.
I'll take the...
What'd you pay for the statue?
Yeah.
Huh?
What'd you pay for the statue?
$5,500.
What'd you pay for the pinball?
$1,000.
Yeah, how much do you think your collection's worth? It's over there.
It's worth quite a bit.
Like 10,000?
I really couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I think so. Some of the stuff, like pinball machine statue, awesome. Superman cereal boxes and popped soda cans.
No, that stuff she...
Like we were over at Superman's former residence earlier, and there was a lot of stuff there.
I know.
Like, did when you looked there, and you're not a Superman collector, did you think some of this stuff is shit? Be honest.
Some of it
Be
is.
honest.
He knows what I think.
Some of it is.
Did you think that some of this stuff is shit?
To me, it
it's
was
too
kind
much.
of yeah.
The cases.
I think
those
so.
things
We are very
aren't any
different
good
in that
because,
area.
Right.
You know, like
And
the
this is
pop soda
something
can
that-
things he was talking about, the soda cans.
Right.
We got those cases of sodas, hoping that they would stay intact.
Mm-hmm.
Had they have stayed intact, that would be a great item.
Right.
But the thing is our apartment wasn't refrigerated.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to have it somewhat cool, and they can't get over
Or they
hot.
expand.
So is what ended up happening was because Bonnie kept saying, "Oh, it's too bright in here, too bright in here." We ended up blocking off all the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Blocking off all the windows, blocked off the circulation, and just turned that place into a sweat box.
Yeah.
Sweat box and soda cans do not mix.
Right. But you didn't throw them like they're still there.
They're just sitting there because they were actually behind stuff
Mm-hmm.
when they popped.
Have you ever thrown out anything that had a Superman logo on it? Ever? In the trash? How would that feel?
I have thrown stuff out.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Do you think so? He's lying, huh?
I'm sure he is.
There's been stuff that if it's ruined or damaged or whatever beyond a certain point, then yeah. If it's damaged a little bit, but I could probably use it for something else, like put it in a diorama or something,
Mm-hmm.
then I would hold on to it.
You still love Bonnie at all? Is there anything in
Of
there?
course I do.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, for God's sakes, I lived with her 10 years. Of course I do. You know?
One last thing. Anything you guys would like to say to Bonnie? Like if you guys could say anything to her, it could be bad, good, anything you would like. She said she would like to see this a couple years down the road, not now, but anything you want to tell her, either of you.
Well, I would like to tell her that I hope that everything goes well with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told her originally that I wanted to still be friends with her. You know, we've lived together for 10 years, so why not?
Yeah.
And I just want her to have a good, happy, healthy life.
Cool. Karina?
Only once I had a conversation with her over the phone, and we were talking like for 20 minutes, and we both found out that we could reach a point where we could understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would tell her was what we said that day, that I'm sorry that we didn't try to communicate before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really sorry for what is going on, Matt. I think she will be way much happier. I saw how miserable she was.
Mm-hmm.
So she will find a way to be happy.
Wow. So, you know, Captain Greedy, you know, whenever it comes to affairs of the heart, I was, you know, as a superhero, as a romantic superhero, I want to try to, you know, mend bridges, build fences, mend fences, build bridges. I want everything to be okay, and I want everybody to be happy. And
Now you are like that too.
you know,
I admire that about you.
Thank you.
I see. And this is what I don't admire about me. I don't give a shit, and I'm just appalled by the fact that she doesn't stand up for things. Every time I've not stood up for something, I've just regretted the rest of my life. And when I see somebody doing that, it just makes me feel really bad. And when I see him, he's so self-indulgent and so self-involved, and it kind of reminds me of me too. And I don't like that kind of superficial quality. Like, you really care about everybody, you know, and you really, and I always wanted to be that way. My mom was that way. But I am really very self-centered, and Chris reminds me of that, the worst part of my
I think he's worse than you if that makes you feel better.
He's worse than me?
A little bit.
No, I think he is a little bit worse than me, but yeah. It's not an attractive quality.
Yeah, so what do you think about all the stuff that's going down? I mean, what are you walking away with? What did you learn this week?
Well, from those two?
Sure.
Or three, actually.
Three?
Well, you know, I'm just trying to analyze this. I don't want to be too cruel. but it's a sad thing. It's kind of a sad situation. I don't know, what is there a moral lesson or something like this out of this? I think we should probably bring it up to date too.
Yeah. I was gonna say, word on the street. I don't know. I will try to get in touch with Superman later, but I heard that Batgirl flew the coop, as it were, and I think Bonnie's in Vegas or Illinois or somewhere. Let's call Superman. See if we can get a hold of him. Here we go. Superman! Hey, it's Wonder Boy and Captain Greedy. Is this Superman? It's Wonder Boy. I'm calling for Superman. I'm trying to get a hold of Superman. Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy.
Senor!
Come on, it's my phone, dude. He's gonna call us back now.
El Super.
So Superman's lost his phone to Mexicans.
Oh God!
You step on those little nuts?
Oh, he's in what? In my hood? Yes, he's always doing that. There's a little dance on my crotch. It's one of his favorite things. Okay.
All right.
You wanted me to do this now?
Yeah.
Okay, what am I doing?
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for more Comic Book Geeks after a word from our sponsors.
Stay tuned for more Comic Book Geeks after a word from our sponsors.
It's Jeffrey's Comics, the coolest and longest running comic store in the South Bay. We have the best selection of graphic novels in all of Southern California. We've got action figures priced as low as $2.95. We have an amazing selection of old and rare comics for the collector, and comics as low as 20 cents each. Buying Jeffrey's comic books will make you stronger than Superman, brainier than Batman, and greener than Green Lantern. And remember, Jeffrey's Comics is happy to buy your old comics as well.
Guys, wow, what an episode of Comic Book Geeks. It was good. This is our Emmy Award-winning Superman. Let's just hope everybody winds up being happy down the road episode. Captain Greedy?
It's going to be hard hitting. It's not our usual fribble.
It's good. How you guys feel about it?
Greg. It's different.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Awesome.
So,
right.
what is Venezuela like? I mean, is it
Argentina. I saw, is Rio in Argentina? Is Rio de Janeiro?
No, it's in Brazil.
Brazil.
Brazil is next to Argentina.
So in Brazil, I saw an Arnold Schwarzenegger. He went down to Brazil, and he said the most important human part of the body is the ass. Is that true in Argentina?
Yeah. No, that's in Brazil.
Mike, I just want to find out. We're not doing an interview now. You don't have to take over, okay? I'm trying to find out what our country's like. It must be prettier, right?
It's really pretty. It's a really pretty country.
But she said that Colombia they won't close.
No, that's in Cuba.
Oh, Cuba.
Oh, yeah.
That's another story.
Whatever color,